Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I had a close call in terms of a number of things that could have gone wrong yesterday. I had suffered a wardrobe malfunction. What had happened is I work at a community college, and I was just getting ready for my class. I like to take walks along the trails here in Phoenix, and I was just packing up after taking my walk and getting ready to head to the campus when I misstepped and I tore a hole in my pants. Like, just straight through the middle of my pants, I tore a hole. And I got half an hour to get to campus, and I'm thinking, what do I do? And I remember that on the way to campus, there's a Target department store, and I thought, okay, I better hurry. I could get some clothes at Target. Now, I don't go to that Target very often, and so when I made the turn into Target, it's on the left-hand side. There's a plaza. I was rushing, and I think I even got a little bit impatient at the car in front of me, because this is not a controlled left turn. You just have to turn where there's a break in traffic, and I thought it was a little bit more cautious than it needed to be, and I might have honked at him a couple of times. He finally makes the turn. I follow after him. Halfway through the turn, I realize it's the wrong plaza. And I'm thinking, okay, no big deal. I'll cut through this plaza, go across the next street, and I'll be in the plaza for Target. Well, it turns out there's no exit on the other end of that plaza. And as I'm trying to rush out of that plaza, I get more and more lost, to the point that I was going the wrong way on the inside the plaza. I almost hit somebody, actually. The guy gave me a very obscene gesture. And then finally I had to turn all the way around, and then I realized I can't even make a left turn when I get all the way around to where I had entered the plaza. And by this time there was no way I was going to get to Target. I head off to work, and fortunately there's a podium behind where I stand, so people can't really see me, but I have to pose in this weird way. My pants were threatening to fall off, and finally when my shift was done, I couldn't wait to get out of there. My students had a million other questions that I couldn't answer. I said, just please come back to my office hours. I have a little bit of an emergency. And I left. And then I remembered the reason I haven't had to deal with this problem in the past was that I used to live out of my car in the past. All my clothes would be in the car. And it made me realize how, as nice as it is to have a place to live, in some ways it can almost be a liability, right? It becomes space that you can fill with garbage. It becomes another place where stuff can hide, right? Like the clothes. It made me think about all the other things in my life I have to declutter, and not just physical stuff, right? Decluttering bad relationships out of my life, decluttering some activities that I might not need in my life, among other things, right? And it made me realize that in some cases less is more, right? And in the wintertime, when I go back to living in my car, maybe not curse it all that much either, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.